Shutting down half your opponent's decks is a good thing. Also, contested cliffs. If your guys are big enough, it's like a one-sided spot removal on a land. Can't fight that.
Welcome to another game of Commander. This week, we've opened the Clone Forge to present you with a game featuring Chieftain playing his creatureless Narset Enlightened Master deck, June playing his signature deck, Karador Chieftain, Ronnie playing his secondary deck Xenagos, God of Revels, and finally Josh playing the out-of-the-box Commander 2013 deck, Nature of the Beast. He's choosing to play as Marath. Kinda brave to be playing one of the pre-made Commander decks in a field with the likes of Xenagos and Narset. We'll see how he does. Ronnie's deck boasts fat creatures like Void Winnower and Rurik Thar, and ramp spells to cast them quickly like Cultivate and Exploration. Chieftain's deck pretty much only wins with commander damage from Narset, but it's full of extra turn spells and extra combat phase spells. And June's deck is graveyard centric as always. Let's get to opening hands. Opening hands. Ronnie. Tristan. Josh. June. Turn 1. Ronnie starts the game off simply by laying down a forest. Tristan's turn is not quite so simple when he plays Island, Sol Ring, and Azorius Signet. People are already starting to call the game, despite it still only being turn 1. Temple of Malady from June, who scries a card to the bottom, and Gruul Guildgate from Josh. Turn 2. Ronnie fast 6 on his turn for Mountain, not for Stomping Ground. Tristan plays Temple of Epiphany on his turn to also scry a card to the bottom, and then just passes the turn, without playing further for a turn 3 hasty Narset. Verdant Catacombs from June, Tranquil Thicket from Josh. Turn 3. Ronnie casts Oracle of Mordaya, and then plays an additional Gaia's Cradle from hand. Ronnie is going to have crazy levels of ramp this game. Tristan casts Steam Augury at the end of Ronnie's turn. Josh gives him Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Faithless Looting, and Whore of the Bandit Lord. On Tristan's turn, he casts Fervor, Land Tax, pays Maze of Ith, and casts Serum Vision, drawing a card and then scrying 2. There are some politics already starting to develop with Ronnie and Josh and June conspiring to mitigate Tristan's board, despite Ronnie's board starting to take off. June sacks Verdant Catacombs to find untapped Temple Garden, paying a total of 3 life. June K-grips Tristan's Sol Ring during his main phase. Josh casts Fires of Yavimaya. Turn 4. Ronnie is all out of lands in hand and reveals no lands off the top. He casts Explosive Vegetation, getting 2 more lands, and then still reveals no lands off the top. Tristan, however, gets 3 lands during his upkeep with land tax, since Ronnie has a ridiculous amount of lands at the moment, more than twice anyone else. Tristan casts Faithless Looting to loot 2 cards. Tristan passes. June plays Golgari Rot Farm and bounces the land. Josh casts Tempt with Discovery. Ronnie and June take the tempting offer, also getting a land and giving Josh 2 more lands, which he uses to cast Marath. Turn 5. Ronnie reveals 1 land off the top with Oracle. Ronnie casts the first big one of the game with Rurik Thar the Unbowed. Tristan cycles Azorius Charm in response. Tristan might not be doing anything for a while now. Ronnie then casts Arcane Vol and takes 6 damage since he played a non-creature spell. Ronnie had to play it in this order because of Gaia's Cradle. Ronnie pluses his creatures with his Planeswalker and then attacks. He sends the Oracle at June for 3 and then Rurik Thar at Tristan for 7. Apparently, Ronnie forgot Tristan totally has Maze of Ith, which he uses on the Ogre. Tristan land taxes on his upkeep for only 1 land since his hand is full. Tristan scries a card away with Temple of Enlightenment, since it doesn't deal with Rurik Thar. Few cards in Tristan's deck deal with Rurik Thar actually. Tristan passes. Surprisingly, on his turn, June casts Duplicant, exiling Ronnie's Rurik Thar, despite the fact that it completely shuts down Tristan's deck, since 100% of the cards in it are non-creature cards. June didn't want Ronnie getting out of hand, and June's deck has a lot of non-creature spells, but really he didn't realize at the time how much Ruric Thal was stopping Tristan. Josh casts Where Ancients Tread, which is going to let Josh deal 5 damage to targets. Josh then attacks Tristan for 3 commander with Marath. Turn 6. On his turn, Ronnie casts Utvara Hellkite. The big creatures keep coming. Sarkhan hastes the dragon, and Ronnie remembers not to attack Tristan this time, instead attacking June since he exiled his ogre. Ronnie gets a 6/6 dragon from the Hellkite trigger. June takes 7 damage. On Tristan's turn, he finally has enough mana to cast Narset, Enlightened Master on his turn, and then attacks Josh, since he's the only one without a blocker. Tristan triggers Narset and reveals Time Spiral, Jeskai Ascendancy, and 2 lands. Josh takes 3 commander, and post-combat, Tristan casts Time Spiral, giving everyone a new hand. Tristan casts Ponder, loots with the Ascendancy, and then draws. Tristan casts Dak Faden and uses it to steal June's duplicate for a blocker. On June's turn, he casts Wood Elves for a forest, and then Slum Reaper to get rid of Tristan's duplicate. Josh makes an elemental to sacrifice and also shoots Dak Faden for 1, despite Ronnie's Planeswalker about to go ultimate. On Josh's turn, he casts Savage Twister for 3, killing Narset, and shoots Sarkhan for 1 with Marath. Josh casts Sprouting Vines with a Storm count of 2, getting lands. Turn 7. Ronnie blows up the world with Bane of Progress, which is not only going to have haste, but also be really big. Josh sacks his Fires of Yavimaya, but unfortunately has to make the Utvara Hellkite bigger, since there are no other creatures. Ronnie also plays Elvish Mystic and Xenagos God of Revels. Ronnie pluses with Sarkhan, giving Xenagos haste and attacks, pumping Bane of Progress with Xenagos' effect. Ronnie sends everything at Tristan except for the Hellkite, which attacks June. Tristan mazes the elemental, and June and Tristan both take 9 damage. Missing his second white source to wipe the board, Tristan casts Dark Steel Ingot and passes the turn. June can't tutor for Sunblast Angel on his turn, since apparently he drew almost nothing but lands from the Time Spiral. June casts a not too exciting Triskelion. Josh casts Marath, who is now 5/5. June and Josh conspire to kill Ronnie Sarkhan, since they are tired of big hasty dudes from Ronnie, but now he still has Xenagos. Turn 8. Ronnie has double Xenagos on his turn when he casts Xenagos, the Reveler, and pluses it to make 5 green. He basically now has 2 Gaia's Cradles. Ronnie casts Solemn Simulacrum to ramp even further. Ronnie goes to combat, enhancing the dragon token. Ronnie swings enough to kill June and the rest at Josh. Not wanting June to die yet, Tristan mazes the 12/12 dragon so that June only takes 6 damage, but Ronnie Kessix, which makes June go down to 2. Josh takes 6 commander damage. Oh, and Ronnie got 2 more dragons. At the end of Ronnie's turn, Tristan casts Steam Augury, choosing June, and Tristan gets the pile of Azorius Signet, Slayer Stronghold, and Crimson Wisps. Tristan casts Akroma's Vengeance on his turn, but it doesn't deal with Ronnie's Xenagos Planeswalker or Xenagos God. Tristan also casts Azorius Signet. On June's turn, he has enough mana to cast Karador, and also recast Triskelion from his graveyard. Josh casts Druid Satchel and also Rain of Thorns to destroy Tristan's Signet and Ronnie's Kessig Wolfram, since it seems a little better than Gaia's Cradle at the moment. Turn 9. Ronnie claims he drew a fun card off the Solemn. It was Gark, Call of Beasts. He then +1s it, getting Void Winnower.
Yes! Yay, I got my card! Yes!
He has barely enough mana still to cast Void Winnower, stopping both Tristan and June from recasting their commanders. On Tristan's next turn, he was planning on casting his commander and giving it haste and getting card advantage with Narset, but that is impossible with a Void Winnower in play, and all of Tristan's answers cost an even amount of mana. Tristan doesn't do very much for the rest of this game. June casts Nath of the Gilt Leaf, notice its odd mana cost. Josh gains 2 life at the end of June's turn with Druid Satchel. Josh casts Eternal Dragon and then casts Curse of the Forsaken on Ronnie, so that whenever a creature attacks him, its controller gains 1 life. Before combat, Tristan casts Crimson's Wisps on Josh's dragon, so that he can draw a card. Tristan is hoping Josh kills Ronnie, so that he can play Magic again. Eternal Dragon attacks Garruk, Caller of Beasts, killing it. Turn 10. Ronnie casts Soul of the Harvest on his turn. No shortage of powerful cards from Ronnie this game. Ronnie hits Soul of the Harvest with a Xenagos effect, and attacks June with it and Tristan with the Winnower. This way, if Tristan saves June again, he will take 11 damage. Which he does. Tristan has absolutely no way of dealing with Ronnie's Void Winnower. He's hoping June might on his turn. On Tristan's turn, he casts Serum Visions, drawing a useless card, and then scrying 2 more useless cards to the bottom. Tristan casts Soul Ring, which unfortunately does not exile Void Winnower. Josh uses Druid Satchel and gets a Sap Rolling. June forgets to have someone discard during his upkeep. June attacks with Karador and Triskelion for some reason, even though he won't be able to recast his commander now. June gains 2 from attacking Ronnie, and Ronnie loses 2 from the unblocked Triskelion. On Josh's turn, he attacks and kills Planeswalker Xenagos with his dragon. Josh recasts Marath for 7, and Marath is that big. Turn 11. Ronnie is trying to end the game as quickly as possible, but is finding resistance from the other 3 players, who aren't doing a great job of teaming up on him. Ronnie goes to combat, and Josh shoots an elemental for 6 in response, killing it. Tristan plays a land on his turn, since it doesn't have an even mana cost, and then passes the turn. June once again forgets to use his Nath to make Ronnie discard a card and give June an Elf Warrior. June then casts Resolute Archangel, going back up to 40 life, which is pretty nice. Josh attacks Ronnie with 2 creatures, gaining 2 life. Ronnie blocks Josh's commander, whom Josh kills to deal Ronnie a damage. Tristan gives the dragon +2 with his Slayer Stronghold. Ronnie takes 7, and Josh recasts his commander with all his mana. Turn 12. Ronnie casts Attempt with Discovery of his own here. Okay, now this is the play of the game here. Not for Ronnie, but for the player you wouldn't even expect anything from. Tristan declines to take the offer, not wanting to make Ronnie even more powerful. June also declines to take it, but Josh being Josh always takes the offer. Ronnie gets Valakut and a mountain, shooting June's angel. Josh, however, gets Contested Cliffs, which is amazing when you have a huge beast, which Josh does. Ronnie then plays a mountain from hand to finish off the angel. Ronnie attacks June and he blocks with his elf. Tristan once again does 0 things, other than playing land. June once again forgets to trigger Nath and passes the turn. Josh puts Jungle Shrine into play from his library at the end of June's turn with Druid Satchel. Josh attacks Ronnie for 5 with his dragon. Turn 13. Ronnie's board state starts to feel the pressure from Josh's Contested Cliffs, which he uses it to kill Ronnie's Infernal Titan. Ronnie takes 1 from Triskelion, June takes 11 from combat. Tristan and June don't do anything relevant. Josh gains 2 life from his satchel. Josh recasts Marath on his turn. It is an 11-11. Josh starts to chip away at life totals on his turn. Turn 14. Ronnie deals June 22 damage. June casts Real Dread, which Josh kills with the Cliffs. Josh attacks on his turn, dealing damage to Ronnie and Tristan. Turn 15. Ronnie casts Vorinclex and attacks June all out, killing him. Josh casts Curse of Predation, enchanting Tristan. Josh then attacks Ronnie with his dragon, and Tristan with the rest. Tristan mazes Marath, but then takes 8 damage from the 2/2 elemental tokens. Josh then removes counters from Marath to finish off the guys, winning the game for a pre-con deck in a match featuring not only a tuned Narset deck, but a tuned Xenagos and Karador deck as well. Narset's quick start took the heat off Ronnie's deck in the early game, and the power of Ronnie's deck took the heat off everyone else's in the mid to late game. Tristan's game was over the second Void when Noah hit the table. His lands were the only thing that kept him relevant going forward. The three players working together were able to keep Ronnie from winning until Josh got the game-winning combo of Contested Cliffs with Marath, who was actually able to be played again and again, since it always had an odd mana cost, and Josh had so many lands from 2 Tempt with Discoveries and Druid Satchel. Good job, Josh. Well, that's the game. We hope you enjoyed this game of Free for All Commander, and check back with us next time for some clone-tastic gameplay action. There's no contested cliffhangers here. Thanks and have a great week.
Shieldred.
Can you fight Shieldred, buddy?
I can fight whatever I want.
You should fight Shieldred in his turn.
No.
I'm stopping him.
Kill him first. We'll kill him. He can easily kill me. I'm 6. You have tokens.
If you don't kill him this turn,
That
You don't
is
kill him.
hilarious. We, the three of us, are in like his hands.
We're like massaging your cock and 2 balls.